boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 Party, I'm a real go-getter. Rock a fur coat, but it's not chinchilla. Who's that dude with the master plan? It's Mr. Pinecone with the mic in my hand. I ball on a budget, got a bag full of nuggets. Living life to the fullest before I'm kicking the bucket. No time for the haters, I'm the meat and potatoes. I'm the product of Anunnaki and godly invaders. You wanna go down the rabbit hole? Well, come along with me. Let me phone home. Let me take you on the trip to the Pleiades or the Seven Seas. We can sail them all. Bring your dungarees and your toothbrush, your knapsack. We'll have a nightcap, then I'll bring you back. Mr. Pinecone's come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, believers? My name is Bleaves. This is Bedtime with Bleaves. This is a Saturday edition. It's not going to be very long, but I did put the long intro in so that you get a chance to just kind of hang out, listen to the music, vibe for just a few minutes. I'm not George. We're not all George. I'm definitely not George. You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, so we're going to do the news real quick. Then we're going to do some technical analysis. And the reason that we're doing this on a Saturday night is because I think that we're about to have something of a breakout. Now, it may not look like a big breakout because, you know, people are a little bit nervous, a little bit sad about what's going on with FTX in the market. But let's cover that in the news. All right, guys, you can see right here, we got live coverage happening right now that $1 billion was taken in a hack for FTX, and it was insiders, and the money was enough money was given to Kraken that people now know exactly who it is, and that there should be a statement being released by FTX official and SBF. And we're going to go look at that in just a second after we finish, because we want to talk about FTX's crypto empire was reportedly run by a bunch of roommates in the Bahamas. So this is at a gigantic house that Mr. I drive a Toyota Corolla because I'm not interested in money paid for, which according to the cost $35 million for the house that they're living in. So it looks like, just on the surface here, that Sam Bankman-Fried went to the Bahamas and paid $35 million for a giant fuck house for him and his nerd friends. So that's what seems to be going on in the news. But moving over here, you can also see that Sam Bankman-Fried reportedly denies fleeing to Argentina, although there's no explanation right now why the plane that he owns, charters, and uses went to Argentina earlier today. But he is openly posting from his Twitter, which is not in the Bahamas, by the way, that he's still in the Bahamas and that he hasn't gone anywhere and he hasn't done anything. Maybe he's hanging out with Do Kwon. Who the hell knows, right? But anyway, that leads us over to this, and we are going to type into the old Twitter search engine FTX. We're going to check out FTX and see exactly what people are saying right now. Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX. I don't follow them because I'd never liked them anyway, but here we go. Statement from John Ray says, oh yeah, we got hacked. Oh yeah, someone took our money. So there doesn't seem to be anything going on over there. And SBF, we can see over here, did he make a statement explaining why all the money has disappeared? And he did not make a statement about why all the money has disappeared. But there is a guy by the name of Peter. All right. Well, it escapes me, but the security officer, Peter Nyorica, something like that, over at Kraken, has issued a statement saying that they know who it is and that FTX and SBF should be releasing a statement pretty soon explaining exactly what in the F is going on. And that wraps up our news portion because it's all FTX. It's all Sam Bankman and his little fuck pad. And it's all about Sam Bankman and whether he's fleeing or taking off or stealing money. I mean, this dirtbag. And a lot of people were calling him a dirtbag. I mean, look at BitBoy Crypto. You can say what you want about BitBoy Crypto. Actually, that's all I got for that. You can say what you want about BitBoy Crypto, but he was right. Sam Bankman-Fried was the guy that he said that Sam Bankman-Fried was. And there are a lot of people that are about to come forward with a lot of information that we don't have, that we will have very soon, helping to fill in a whole lot of the gaps, but not the gaps that were apparently available to every dude at his fuck pad. Moving on. All right, guys, despite what was going on at Sam Bankman-Fried's little bang house, the technical analysis right now looks like, and I want you guys to prepare for this. I'm not sure whether it's going to be a big move or not. I want to show you why I'm bullish on it happening right now. And it's when these pennants form. And when a pennant form, it has a breakout. And that breakout happens if it's coming from the downside, it usually tends to lean to the upside. So it looks like we have upside momentum. When you look at Bitcoin, you see the same thing. It's playing itself out the same way, and we should have upside momentum. When you see Ethereum, it's a little more clear-cut, cut and dried here, and it looks like we're moving from the upside, and we're going out here. And then by 3 a.m., when the European market opens, it looks like we should have a breakout, hopefully, to that upside. Now, it depends really on who's leading the charge, if there is a charge to lead. But if you go back a couple days, I told you guys that this would happen, and I guess I'll pull this back here because this was some of my drawing at the time, and I said that, you know, we've got this pennant forming right here for Luna Classic. You could see it, and that there would be a breakout. Now, because it was coming from the top down, that meant that it was going to break to the downside. Well, what happened? It got to the end, and it broke to the downside, and then it started to consolidate from that point. So what I'm looking at here is if it does the same thing, then we can see right here that we would have a breakout and then a consolidation somewhere in that probably 850 range on Bitcoin. Same thing, probably if a breakout, it's going to be muted, probably taking us to around 17.5. Ethereum, same thing. We have that breakout, and that one probably goes to about 1350. Maybe it kind of stalls around 1300. Remember, there's a lot of resistance at that 1300 number because that was where a whale was defending the price of Ethereum for a very long period of time, which means that that is the spot where most of the fighting is going to take place. Also, and in closing over here, you can look at Dogecoin. You can see Dogecoin is not forming the same sort of pattern. Dogecoin is forming a move to the upside, however, and it does look like it is breaking out in this pattern. Going to take a little bit longer. However, this is coming from the upside, which would mean that Dogecoin, which looks like it's in a position to do this, maybe move around here in the 9.5 cent range, is probably due for a correction to that downside, most likely coming in around here at that 7 cent level. But not for long. If it doesn't last, it will end up down here back at 5.5, 6 cents. That's the way that it looks. But you can see as you go down here, there's a lot of green in the market, very little percentage-wise, but it is green, which makes me feel like we are primed for a breakout. Now, when you look at the DXY, you can make a look down here and see that it has just started to collapse. This is exactly what we've been needing out of the market for a long period of time. Oil prices continue to kind of stabilize, and we're good with the $90 range, I think, with oil prices. So I think that everything looks pretty good overall. Now, we move over here to our more riskier assets, and we look at Volt. And I don't know how Volt is rolling today, but Volt is up to 1316, has a breakout. Now, this is the moment that we're going to decide right now whether or not the Volt breakout is going to be real. That's going to be decided over the next few hours. And if we are having that pump, then that pump will continue and we'll have a breakout. But what we need is at least a couple of 4-hour candles minting up in this area, clearly above that 1300 line. If we get that, then we are good to go and we're going to be golden. You look over here at DeConnect, you can see DeConnect has started to move to the upside, trading at around 7,000, idling off at this point, but it did have a big move. Swing Dow up 20.8%, WAGMI up 3.1%, MMAI still struggling down, Lillian Finance at 2050, still feeling the effects. Same thing with Hulk, Kodachi, Terra, and Yen, all kind of feeling it right now. And that is a wrap on this. Didn't want to make this very long, but I wanted you guys to know, and I wanted to make sure that you understood that technical analysis portion is very important because I do think that we're about to have a breakout. So if you are in anything and there is an opportunity to take profit as this thing moves, then you should be ready to do that. I don't know how long this thing is going to go on or if it will even go on, but it looks like it is ready for an upside move. And if that's the case, be ready. Remember, Crypto Wendy O has exited crypto entirely at this point. She has no risk asset on her books at this point. And, BitBoy Crypto just lost, I think it was $6 million on one of the exchanges, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of people out here that are flaking out and that are getting out of crypto for the moment. So manage your portfolio very carefully and as wisely as you possibly can. This is not financial advice. My name is Believes. I am always right. And you guys be very, very careful in your trading, especially when we think there's a breakout, because it could be a fake out.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world. I wanna be shining like diamonds.